politics class.
When he said,
"Has anyone ever wondered what it's like to work at the United Nations?"
Mr. Smallwood isn't a good teacher.
His politics class is a bit of a DOS.
Most people don't do their own homework. Chris copies his off Stevie.
Stevie copies his of Katie.
and I copy mine off. Actually, Ronnie, can I copy your homework again?
Shut up. We're supposed to be narrating.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Anyway, Mr. Smallwood asked the question and Chris is all like,
Oh my god, I literally dream about it every night.
And everyone laughs.
even though it's not funny because some of us actually do dream about working in politics.
Another?
And that's Charlie. Then Caroline's like, the UN is just another neoliberal, capitalist organisation trying to reinforce the status quo. Because she watched one YouTube video on Che Guevara and now apparently she's a communist.
Even though her family have 3 cars and a swimming pool? Oh yeah, the wonders it's so...
At least I believe in something. Then Sarah's like,
I didn't say anything.
exactly. Because even though she probably has thought about it, she's terrified of putting her hand up.
To be fair, she got an overdose of social anxiety during COVID.
Then Stevie goes,
Aren't the United Nations the ones who wanted to take over the Avengers in Captain America?
that's his reference for everything. And Sham joins in.
Yeah, they've got the Security Council. They decide we're allowed to go to war!
Concerning level of enthusiasm,
Unless it's Russia, we'll just do it anyway.
Sham's obsessed with joining the army.
Even though he's got asthma and can't even do one pull-up. Then Katie's like,
Did we vote to leave the United Nations? Like, Brexit means Brexit?
because she has no idea what's going on in the world.
I only took politics because I played eeny, meeny, miny, mo with subjects. This is where my finger landed.
Anyway, Mr. Smallwood doesn't really listen to any of that because, like, what would be the point? Instead, he's like,
"I've got some fun news for you all. Next week, we're going to have our own Model United Nations."
and then he explains, a model United Nations is like,
a stupid game
Where you pretend to be the UN and everyone represents a country and debates issues.
So like whether there should be a war!
I'm concerned. And basically, try to make the world a better place.
So how does that sound?
and everyone's like,
It sounds hard. It sounds fun.
It sounds weird.
It sounds stressful.
sounds imperialist?
sounds stupid. Sounds like a good way to get out of class.
That sounds like the most amazing thing I've ever heard!
Quorum delegates, quorum.
Oh, I think it's French. Be quiet.
For those of you who don't know, I'm Meyer, from the above. I'll be your chair today. Don't worry, I play a lot of tabletop role-playing games. So if anything goes wrong, consult with dice. Basically, you all know your assigned countries. You've got the rest of the day to solve as many of the world's problems as you can. Now, is there a motion to open debate?
Excuse me. Sorry. Can I ask a question?
Can Argentina ask a question?
What?
Can't say I. You're supposed to refer to yourself as your country. Can Argentina ask a question?
Right. Okay. Can Argentina go to the toilet?
Any idea what we're actually supposed to be doing?
What are you talking about? Mr. Smallwood sent several emails.
Yeah, and I meant to read them, but then I had to get a haircut, and then there was stuff on TV, and like the whole internet. I thought I could just copy you.
No. You're Argentina, I'm New Zealand. We're very different countries. Have any of you done any of the research?
I listened to some Communita.
And I didn't need to any. I am already ready to dismantle capitalism, smash the military-industrial complex, and ban all fossil fuels. And I've already made the signs, so you can't stop me.
Well, that makes you a busy day.
Right. You know you're the United States of America, right? Which means you're pretty pro all those things.
Yeah.
In which case, I disagree with the premise of this exercise.
Me too. Why do I need to learn about North Korea anyway? I'm never going to go there.
I don't know. In case you need to know your country's views on, say, democratic freedoms.
I don't know. I think they're good.
North Korea's a dictatorship.
Fine. They're bad. I don't care.
My major export's peanuts.
What?
The Gambia's major export's peanuts.
Right, okay, great. But you're probably going to want to know more about the Gambia's stances on geopolitical issues.
People should eat more peanuts.
I'm allergic to peanuts.
Shut up! Sarah, you've learned it right.
Yeah, I have actually. There are some really interesting things about Sri Lanka that can I just help someone else with their country?
Look, I swap with someone. Belgium's rubbish. The army's tiny, and the last time they were in a war, they surrendered.
You're supposed to be starting wars. You're supposed to be stopping them.
Well, where's the fun in that?
It's not supposed to be fun.
Oh, yeah, I don't think there's much danger of that here.
We're supposed to be solving problems that are too big to take on alone, proving that people can work together despite our differences. In other words, it's a massive waste of time. What are you doing here? Mr. Smallwood sent me. I'm Saudi Arabia or something, don't worry. I'm not here by choice. This is Caitlin Kirk, the worst person at school.
She's Ronnie's nemesis.
No, she isn't! He spread a rumour that Ronnie had web.
One time she looked in the PE closet for like the whole of
It was only half of PE. She even pretended to be Ronnie's friend so she could trick Ronnie into texting that she fancied Joe Singleton in the year below and then send the screenshots to like everyone in the class.
It was really funny.
Shut up! The details don't matter, we just don't get on, which is fine. Does Iran get on with Israel? No! But that doesn't mean they can't work together in the context of the United Nations. Well, you do know this is just Mr. Smallwood's way of killing time before the end of term, right? No. This is important. A lot of world leaders took part in the modern United Nations when they were at school.
Yeah, and look how shit they've done now. Environment. We might as well have a nuclear war.
Exactly. This is our chance to do better. Now, are you joining us or not? Whatever. Great. New Zealand motions to open debate.
Thank you. All those in favour? All those opposed? Motion carried. Session is now in order.
Okay, here's the thing, right? You know that climate change is a bad thing, because, you know, there are days in summer where I'd like it to be colder, but there are days in winter where if it got any colder, I'd be like, this is way too cold, you know?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, totally.
Don't care about any of this. It's a total waste of time.
So, according to Wikipedia, rainfall in the Gambia has decreased by like 60% in the past 50 years, and that is bad for peanuts.
By echoing the language of the ruling class, we're perpetuating these systems that cause these problems in the first place.
I want to start a war.
No! Anyway, so debate began, and pretty much no one had anything interesting to say, which is fine by me, because then we moved on to resolutions.
What is a resolution?
Obviously, we're about to explain. Maya?
A resolution is the formal expression of the opinion or will of the United Nations.
So basically, it's like a list of all the things you want to do in it.
I wrote one about making an international program to create superheroes, and one about eating more peanuts.
I've got one on how we should dismantle all banks. And I wrote one about climate change. I spent the whole weekend on it. I read loads of books, watched YouTube videos. I even talked to my uncle about it.
Her uncle's a weatherman.
So basically, it's pretty great. And all I need to do is get enough votes for it to pass.
I don't want to support your stupid resolution.
Why not? Already got one. We have aligned interests. North Korea has a history of food shortages that would only be exacerbated by failing crops brought on by climate breakdown. And that's just a piece of paper that says ban school.
Oh, I'd sign that.
Well, you can't.
Okay.
North Korea wouldn't work with Belgium.
Or could we have a war then?
No. Shan, Belgium is committed to green energy. You should be standing alongside your other European nations. Steve, we've got specific provisions in here that would help the Gambia with the effects of warming on, say, rainfed agriculture.
Like peanuts.
Yes, like peanuts. Caroline, the USA is a leading manufacturer of electric vehicles. This would open brand new markets. And Sarah, Sri Lanka is going to be affected by the rise in sea levels. We've got specific provisions for that.
Well,
And more importantly, if all of your names aren't on this resolution by the end of the day, it'll look like you didn't do anything and you'll get detention. All right? Great!
What about me?
What about you?
Are you going to tell me why Argentina supports it?
No. I know you're going to support me. I told you to. And France. Voulez-vous participer à ma résolution?
Je parle anglais, s'il vous plaît.
Great! Now I'm going to go print more of these off. And it better be in recycled paper.
Can I borrow your phone? I want to go back and read Argentina's Wikipedia page. Turns out, countries are complicated. Miss Gibbs confiscates my phone, too much.
well, yeah, sure.
Is that a resolution?
Oh, yeah, I guess so. I wasn't really going to say anything. I don't really like, speaking.
Oh yeah, me neither. Well, I quite like speaking. For me, it's more I don't know what to say, so I end up saying way too much, even though I probably shouldn't have said anything at all. What's it about?
Kind of human rights. So anything we do should protect the poorest and the most vulnerable. So it's not just done for the rich.
Oh, wow, that's great. I vote for that.
This is so pointless. So any of us could actually make a difference. It's all corrupt in real life. Big interests and special money stop any action or change. The only way forward is to eliminate vertical power structures.
Oh, did you not care at all? You should try it sometimes. Makes life a hell of a lot easier.
Do you reckon every planet has United Nations?
Oh, yeah. I bet they're negotiating the end of big space wars.
Yeah, and then they have like one alien that goes and represents them all in a united planet sort of thing.
Yeah.
Good to see we've all got our feet firm in terms of reality.
They don't really get that in the films.
Yeah, because it'd be super boring. The fighting is way more fun.
Let me guess. You're not going to support my resolution, but you haven't got one of your own either. Yeah, because I had nothing better to do all weekend than read about how to make more wind farms. This isn't stupid, We're talking about important things here.
Oh, we're playing a game.
An important game? If we can't imagine what it's like to be other people, how else are we supposed to work out how to work together?
People can't work together. We read that whole King of the Flies book in English about it.
It's called Lord of the Flies, actually. And I read something that said when groups of kids were stranded on an island in real life, they were fine. If people couldn't work together, why would we have the United Nations?
If people could, why would we need it?
I don't have time for this. You don't care? Fine. But I do. And pretty soon, we're not going to be here anymore. School will be over with, and I'm going to go and do something. I'm going to make a difference. Because unlike you, I care about the future. Maybe because I have one.
Foreign delegates.
After that, we get back to debates. We discuss my resolution and add amendments, basically taking stuff out, putting stuff in, overall trying to make the entire thing even better. Some of which are fine.
I want to insert a clause about human rights.
Some of which are not.
We need to create an organisation to ensure that every country does their bit in raising awareness.
Yeah. The board for organising lower limits on overall climate knowledge sharing.
Which they think I don't know spells bollocks.
Does it?
Hey.
Who's that? Thanks for having me for those.
Anyway, after that, I motioned to move to a vote. That's when it happens. I've actually got something to say, a point of information or whatever.
Point of information granted to Saudi Arabia.
You were going to do the action.
What action?
You know, so you've got your right hand out. So you don't have some sword or thumbs up yet. And left hand on your head, so your wigs and slip, because that would be embarrassing.
What wig?
The one you wear in Parliament.
This is the UN.
Fine. Have it your way.
Saudi Arabia would like to know why New Zealand is actually putting forward this resolution in the first place. It's kind of screwing us all over.
What?
It just feels really weird that New Zealand has put together this global program to tackle climate change, but wants the USA to pay for all of it. Also, it doesn't seem fair that countries like Belgium have got rich burning oil and gas, but now the Gambia wants to do the same, and what? You're telling them they're not allowed to. Almost like asking North Korea to join a group of countries that literally think their government is evil. I mean, New Zealand is rich, has a tiny population, and doesn't really have to deal with half the problems that come with being a country in the modern world. And that's fine. You know, I guess I'm just basically asking, why should we have to do what you tell us to do? Sorry, what New Zealand tells us to do. I don't know why she's saying this. We were supposed to be having a vote. And do you still think you'd win? Motion to continue debate.
All those in favour? Motion carried. Oh, we'll have to hold it there. It's lunch.
What was that? I was just playing the game. You're not. That wasn't. You're not doing it properly. Why? I genuinely believe my country would say those things. How do you even know that? I don't know. Turns out you're not the only one who can use Google.
At lunch, we go in different directions. I go to the canteen.
No. You're with me.
But, Ronnie, I want to make potatoes.
There isn't time. What is she doing?
I don't know. I thought we were supposed to be disagreeing with each other. That was the point.
No. Yeah, you're right. We just need to have the best ideas.
We?
Yes, us, like a team. She's trying to sabotage our resolution, so we need a group of people who can vote down any unfriendly amendments.
Unfriendly.
Yes, like bad for us. No, that was obvious what that means. We just need support.
How do you do that?
We negotiate. Chris! We have a proposition for you.
Like I care.
North Korea has a history of economic sanctions put on it by the West. What if we talked about a roadmap for easing some of those in exchange for participation in our net zero targets?
Oh wow, sign me up. You've just made my dreams come true.
This is actually a really good deal for you.
Too late.
You know, I know you don't really want to be here, but there's actually a better way to piss them all off.
How's that then?
You know, you could say in real life that North Korea is a little bit unfairly picked on. They're just trying to do things their own way and the rest of the world can't handle that. You don't have to stop playing to make things difficult. Just say it. And what's that supposed to mean?
It means I'm going to be testing some nuclear warheads and cyber attacking all of you. This is going to be fun.
Caroline! The USA supports what we're trying to do, right? The USA doesn't support anything. We're now a socialist republic. The office of president has been abolished and we have a horizontal power structure. We'd have to put your resolution before a national ballot. Right. You know, I don't think you're actually allowed to do that. And that's why I won't be supporting you. I read your resolution. There's nothing to address the root cause behind these structural problems. That's because we have to take things one at a time. What's better, a step towards what you want, or none of it? That's what she said you'd say. Who? If you don't get
just propping up the status quo.
For God's sake! Shut!
Nah, not interested. I already spoke to.
And why shouldn't Belgium be able to go to war?
Damn it! Stevie!
What do you want? What do you need? What can we give you? Money, resources, jobs. We can manufacture more wind turbines in the Gambia. We can get other countries to pay for flood defences. We can all commit to buying way more peanuts.
Caitlin said I could have an international program to create superheroes, and I've given her a name.
Fine. It's yours. Just try not to make the word too obvious.
Charlie.
Right, okay. Who's left?
Just Sarah.
Great. We don't need to worry about her. Let's get back.
But Ronnie, I still have an eye potato.
I like painting.
Oh, thanks.
Wanted to chat, about this UN thing.
Oh, I don't know, I'm sort of working with Ronnie.
Oh, yeah, of course. It's just, you don't have to do everything she tells you to, right?
I don't know what you want from me, but, I genuinely care about this stuff. I know it's just a game, but what we're talking about is super important. I don't care what's going on between you two. I just want to at least pretend to be doing something good.
Sure. Is that what she's trying to do, though? After lunch, we get back to debate.
Ronnie's getting stressed.
No, I'm not.
She kind of is.
I'm just invested.
And I'm going to seriously invest in this drama.
It's all still basically going to plan. Now, come on, let's get back to it. After that, things start to get a bit weird.
I believe some amendments have been tabled.
The Gambia proposes a clause which insists nations collaborate on a worldwide scientific program to create the equivalent of Superman, or woman, or a binary person. You know what? It doesn't matter. Just definitely super.
All those in favour?
Okay, so Belgium wants to insert this clause, right? Because, yeah, fine, polluting's bad. Right, so why don't we invade the top 5 worst polluting countries?
All those in favour?
So Argentina proposes to amend that amendment.
The USA proposes a clause stating that all forms of work should be banned.
Oh, I don't want your France pays a clause, Santa Claus.
North Korea's just cyber attacked the Gambia.
What does that mean?
Means update me phone.
Hey!
Saudi Arabia proposes counter clause 1, capping countries' use of oil and gas. Point of information.
Granted.
New Zealand doesn't know if Saudi Arabia understands, but cutting that clause literally undoes everything this resolution is trying to do.
Yeah, but thing is, Saudi Arabia already produces quite a lot of oil, and we make a ton of money off of it, so it doesn't really work out for us. Point of information.
Granted.
Does Saudi Arabia not think that's short-term kind of thinking? Climate change represents a big problem for all of us.
Yeah, but Saudi Arabia's got loads of oil, and it's already really hot there, so we don't really care that much.
Point of information!
Granted.
That literally goes against everything we're trying to do here.
We're trying to come to an agreement. If people want to vote for my amendments, then that's what they want.
Okay, that's it. What do you want? Do you want a deal? Fine. What is it?
I'm actually quite enjoying things as they are.
You're messing it all up.
I'm trying to stop you telling everyone what to do.
I'm not telling them what to do. I'm helping them vote for the right things.
Well, maybe they can make up their own minds.
Of course you can't. You don't know what you're talking about.
Right, well, why don't you go back in there and tell them that then?
Fine.
The Gambia exploration mission. Using anti-gravity technology, we will be taking the entire country into space. Launching immediately.
What's going on here?
I'm going to space.
Why?
Well, I know we're trying to solve climate change and everything, but maybe we should find a new planet as a backup.
We could try burrowing, like wombles.
Sensible to me. Shut up! Stevie, you can't go to space. It's impossible. People said that about moon landing.
Oh, I have actually seen some videos online that said they might be fake.
Shut up! That's not true. Can we just get back to the task at hand?
Okay, so rather than raise points for you set everyone, I want to be in charge of everything.
What?
I want to be like working and head of Behaviour.
Yeah, that is not how this works.
I mean, do you want to start a war?
Oh, yes! No! Belgium is mobilizing its forces and bringing all NATO allies NATO allies with it.
You're not starting a war.
I think we might already have one.
Caroline, you're the USA. You've got to step in and oppose this.
Well, I just have enough for Western imperialism. I'm against intervention.
Fine! Fine! You know what? There's a war! Fine!
Fine.
Okay, regroup. We've got
I don't think we'd win.
We can get the vote. It's all we need is a majority of one.
Well, we're obviously not going to get paid then. Caroline will abstain.
Oh, I can't go either. I'm in space.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, neither can I. I'm wobbling free.
We could try, Shan.
He's not going to support anything that doesn't come with me letting him declare war on someone.
Then that leaves Chris.
What do you want? No, you're just trying to wind everyone up, but I've been listening to what you've been saying. You're actually not bad at this.
Like I care what you think.
Yeah, you don't care what anyone thinks. Except for Taylor, of course, because you're doing what she tells you to.
No, I'm doing what I want to.
Yeah, I know. I also know that you're quite enjoying being North Korea, so I thought maybe we could do a deal. Because if you think about it, the restrictions in my resolution, they hit America. They hit everyone, all of your rivals. If you support this, they won't be able to pick and choose who they trade with or who they sanction anymore. If you support this, it's actually a win for you.
Human rights cause won't work, will it?
Yeah.
Maybe we drop it for this job.
But that's Sarah's
It's
amendment.
dropped. Will you vote?
Fine, don't want you to, because I want to.
Just like that, we're back on track.
Oh my god.
Right, okay. We have a deal. We ditch the human rights clause, we get Chris. I know, but compromises have to be made. How else are we supposed to win? Now come on. We need this, okay? We need the support. We need
Let's get back to it.
The USA no longer recognizes this institution.
If you could just raise your placard to let me know you don't recognize me.
Motion to discuss going to war with North Korea.
That's not something we can do here. Sorry.
New Zealand's motion to move to a vote on the draft resolution. Motion to continue debating. Why? We have the votes to pass it. Well, I still have some changes I want to make.
Why can't you just accept you've lost? I won!
Are you sure?
I'm sorry.
What?
Sri Lanka will no longer be supporting your resolution.
What?
I'm voting against it. Me too.
Don't know what you're talking about.
We're supposed to be doing good. This was never about winning.
You have to win if you want to be able to do anything.
No! There are some compromises you shouldn't make.
I motion that we don't vote on anything. That we just disband this whole organization.
Me too. I'll go along with that.
Well, you can't. You're North Korea, she's the US. You are literally enemies.
Why are you always trying to recreate the structure that confine people in real life? We don't need them. We're starting from scratch.
You can't start from scratch. This is important. Look around. We are being given a chance to solve things. Don't you get it? Don't you understand?
Belgium is sending 10,000 troops to the North Korean border?
North Korea is sending 20,000 and a bunch of tanks.
The Gambia has reached orbit!
And we're having a lovely tea with Uncle Bulgaria.
Fine! Fine! Let's chuck it in. Because you know what? We can't work together. You're right. We're just gonna kill ourselves and then the planet. So yeah,
Why don't we break early for the day?
why don't we never come back?
We'll need to vote on any change of the schedule.
Oh, shut up, Milo.
Please address the people in the third person.
Okay. New Zealand requests the chair shut up.
Hey, that's mine!
Oh, you won't be needing it anymore. I hereby declare this model United Nations over!
Sarah, hi.
Oh, sorry, I was just...
Are you okay?
Yes, no. Oh, it's just, I wanted to do something good. I know it's not real, but I just wanted to make a difference.
You dared.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you dared.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you dared.
No, I didn't! It's just, they all treat it like it's nothing, but I'm terrified, like, all the time. I just feel so stupid and small. Like, we have no control over anything. We could be wiped out tomorrow. Do you realise that? What's our future gonna be like? I'm like freaking out all the time.
Me too. There's so much I haven't done yet. I've never kissed anyone.
Here you go.
Well, not like outside the game, because I played a game with dice where you have to kiss someone, but I don't think that counts. And I want to kiss someone when it counts, but then I worry, is it that I want to kiss someone, or is it that I just want to fit in? I don't know.
No, you really don't.
Not quite the same thing.
Sorry.
It's just, this was an opportunity to do something good in a game. And we couldn't even do that. What's the point?
Of what?
Anything.
Thing is, countries can't just get on like that, you know? That's why you have war. I mean, look at Russia. Russia does not care about what the UN said.
Yeah, I suppose there are some problems that countries can't solve.
Yeah.
Like in Captain America's Civil War, when Captain America comes to fugitive, and Iron Man the Inventor to bring him in, and there's a big fight at the airport in Germany, and
Spider-Man's there!
Done that.
Oh my god, yeah. But, hang on, they're all American, aren't they? So how does that work with them fighting in Germany?
Well, I don't know. I suppose there'd have to be some sort of agreement between all the countries. Actually, there probably has to be under UN control.
But isn't that what Captain America was angry about?
Oh yeah. Was Captain America wrong?
Yes.
This is stupid. So stupid.
Well, they thought you loved it though, right up your street.
What do you mean?
You know, you're always going in those marches to get gentle into your toilets. You're always walking out of English because they're not teaching enough diverse authors, even though, like, no one cares. You're supposed to be doing all of that. Everyone does. Just sort of love this.
No, that stuff's real. This is just gross sitting around pretending we're all powerful people. When the people on the ground who are actually effects. It's all just hypothetical. At least what I'm trying to do is real.
Still, nothing changes though.
Yes, it does. You just have to make it.
Good evening.
Apparently just one punch.
What are your opinions on the wobbles?
Have none.
more of a dragons and a dice kind of person?
It's a lot more complex than just dragons and dice. And the roll isn't random, but I shan't waste that on you. It's affects a myriad amount of creatures, not just the overpopularized big name ones such as dragons. Frankly, this is the kind of ignorance that makes board games less understood.
Nice. John Watson. Good chat. Good chat. Should do it sometime again soon. Yeah.
What do you want? Don't want anything, I just came here to read.
You reading?
Sure. You're not the only one who's smart, you know. I'm the only one who cares. Other people care, they just don't care all the time.
You turned them all against me.
Well, they were against you anyways. You just weren't interested in what they had to say. You wanted to bully them into thinking what you thought.
I'm the bully. You're the bully.
I'm not a bully.
Yes, you are. You bully me. You've bullied me since we were 4 years old.
We bully each other. Yeah, maybe I talk about you behind your back, but every day you find some way of telling me I'm stupid, and everyone else. You think you're better than all of us. You make us feel dumb.
That's ridiculous.
See? You talk down to us. You think you're right no matter what, because I usually am. It doesn't matter.
So what? I should just pretend I'm not smart.
No, but you shouldn't be such a dick about it. Like, you don't know what's going on with me. Like, maybe I wanted to be your friend. Or I wouldn't have minded if you wanted to be mine. Maybe I'm interested in some of the same things as you are. Maybe I've thought about that stuff too. You could have asked. You say this is important because we can imagine what it's like to be another country. You can't even imagine what it's like to be me.
Just wanted everyone to work together.
Yeah, well, maybe they can't.
Oh my God, guys, we're never gonna guess what's happening.
What?
Everyone's working together.
What?
So we were all in the classroom, right? And we were like bored because we had nothing to do. And Shan was like,
Can't we just go home?
and Stevie was like,
I can't. We've got maths club after.
and Chris was like,
You've got maths club.
and Charlie was like,
Okay, what's this got to do with anything?
oh yeah, sorry. And then we started talking about the Model United Nations, and Caroline was like,
It was fun when Steve went to space.
and Shan was like,
Or when Chris declared war?
and I was like, oh, when Sarah said she was going to vote against Ronnie's amendments. Sorry about that.
And then what happened?
Well, then I was like, how would we have done it if Ronnie and Caitlin weren't there? Like, surely we could have worked something out.
And then?
Well, Mayo was like,
I should probably remind you all that you are on the brink of nuclear war.
North Korea will send warheads in 12 minutes if I don't give the word to Bitcoin.
Stevie was like,
The Camulus now halfway to Mars!
Caroline was like,
The Socialist States of America is no longer part of the UN.
and Charlie was like,
Crunching.
and I was like, okay, yeah, I know. I don't really understand what's going on here. I mean, Argentina doesn't understand. I don't understand why any of this matters or why any of us should take it seriously, because it's all pretend. But, like, it does seem to matter, and if it does, why do we have to do it exactly the way we're told? Why does Argentina have to refer to myself as Argentina? Why do we have to say points of exclamation when we all know we're just asking a question? Why do we have to speak like we're lawyers and stuff in a Shakespeare play? Why can't we just be real? We've got a problem. Climate change. We need to solve it. Why can't we just do that?
And then?
Well, the mayor was like,
I could be more relaxed with the rules of Coral.
and Chris was like,
I want the sanction lifted, but I will agree to cap.
I want my human rights clause back in.
Only if you revise the wedding.
I'm sure we can do that. Shan.
Oh, I want!
You can't have a war!
Finally! What if you committed militaries into installing green infrastructure?
That's great. I don't know what that means.
It's not a war, but
Oh, Sham and I did have another idea, actually.
Oh, yeah, we need to create a new organisation to target the money so that specific regions get it most, right? The Trans International Targeting Syndicate.
That's those two.
Oh, come on!
We discussed this more and passed some more amendments.
And then what happened?
It's still going.
I need to see this.
And so it came to pass, the last alliance of the Ronites, the Caitlinites, and the Peanut Pals. Deep in the land of royal Tonbridge Wells, they came together to discuss a final resolution. For a time soon will come, will they decide the fate for us all.
I've got an amendment Hastings. You say motions for unmoderated caucus.
The Gambia will support this if we can have choices on trains.
I don't think my country would actually think that.
Could we change it to insists rather than suggests?
Do you want to join in?
No. You guys carry on.
Really?
Yeah. Doing great.
Thanks.
Actually, I think we'll just watch if that's okay.
Motion for a vote, all those in favour?
And that's the end. And before any of you were like, oh, you will learn some big lesson. No. Most of us stayed exactly the same after that. I didn't change. I don't think I did anything wrong. The whole thing wasn't actually that important. The only reason I'm telling you is, well, I don't know. It's something that happened to us, isn't it?
I think maybe just finish it.
Okay. So after that, we finished up the resolution and then it was time to go home. Chris and Caroline were like,
You know, we're pretty good at being some superpowers.
thanks, you actually weren't bad at being a dickhead dictator.
And then they walked home together. Obviously they fancy each other. Caroline's planning to take them to a protest for the weekend.
Steve and Sham were like,
Do you reckon there's a United Planet?
Oh, yeah, I bet they have some really cool wars.
It's actually the subject of the new game I'm working
Katie and Sarah, we can do this bit. Katie and Sarah applied for a proper multi-United Nations. We've already written the first resolution, and I almost understand all of it. A win is a win.
so yeah, that's it. Like I said, no big moral or anything. This wasn't anything big, it was just us, but I don't know. It is what it is, you know. I don't know what it all means or anything. You're still here. Yeah, just talking about how it turns out people can work together. Like in one specific situation. Why can't you just accept that you're wrong? I wasn't. You know, I know you don't like me, and I know that you know that I don't like you, but I just want you to know that I don't care. Me neither. A lot of people don't like each other and they survive. Doesn't mean we have to be enemies or anything. Not long after school, then we never have to see each other again. Yeah. And I don't know about you, but I, for one, can't wait. Me neither. Counting the hours. Counting the minutes. Counting the seconds. Do you want to go see a movie sometime? No. Okay.
What?
Hi. Sorry. Do you mind if I? Do you want to know what I think cool about all this? Want to know some board games are competitive, some board games are cooperative, but some are both. It's up to you to decide how you're going to play them. Alright, that's it.